is a Fox 10 News Alert.
And welcome here to News Now. We start you out with a bombshell of new information with the Roy Moore saga here. The Roy Moore accuser now admitting that she forged part of the yearbook inscription attributed to the Alabama Senate candidate. This is just breaking within the last 15 minutes here. I'm joined now by our very own Ron Hoon to really break down the complexion now of this Alabama special election Senate race, all set for Tuesday.
Well, this is a race that has defied all of the expected outcomes, I guess you could say, Mike, because I know you and I were up here not that long ago talking about the fact that my feeling was that as this story, the story of sex harassment on Capitol Hill, just continued to unfold day after day, literally over the course of the last 2 weeks, and is not going away yet, that this would only hurt Roy Moore to have this front and center in the national headlines every single day. Because you've got people in Alabama who are trying to make up their mind. Are they going to vote for Roy Moore or not? He's a lightning rod of controversy. And one of the accusers who has come forward against him now has some real questions about her credibility because of the report that has come out that when she held up that yearbook, I believe this is the accuser that, take a look. We've got the video right on screen.
This is Beverly Young Nelson.
Beverly Young Nelson with the famous attorney by her side, Gloria Allred. And it just calls into question her account and the things that she has said, because now she is, and you can tell everybody the full length of the story, Mike, because I know you were digging into it the last 10 minutes. Now she's admitted that at least part of what she presented to everybody was a fake, it was a forgery.
Now, what comes next after this? I mean, what do you think led up to this as far as right now? She says, do you think there was internal pressure or something that was happening where she had to admit this now?
Boy, that's a great backstory. I mean, you would think that if she had done this to come forward in this time frame in the election season, specifically because she wanted to get that message out before election day. And so despite the fact that there were questions about this, remember there was an attorney for Moore that came out shortly after she spoke.
That's true.
I mean, this was maybe 2 weeks ago. He said something's not adding up to that. Let's take a good look. Are you able to freeze that video?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so when it comes up, let's take a good look, and maybe we can see.
Do we want it right there? You want it frozen, and I'll bring it up?
Yeah, sure. You bet.
Okay, so we're going to freeze it right here. Let's show it to you. Okay.
All right. So
this was the yearbook in question. This
Yep.
was the signature in question.
Yep. And this is coming straight from Fox News. She admits that she forged part of the inscription that she attributed. And apparently she's given an interview where she says she did forge a portion of it, that she and Roy Moore, that she and Gloria Allred spoke. Now, I guess that's all the information we have so far.
Yeah, still developing right now.
What does a portion mean? What does that mean exactly? I mean, it's shocking. You have to know when you come forward with something like this, you're going to make a national, maybe even international headlines as a result. And if you think this is like the people, Mike, who, they go back to a store and they claim, hey, I bit into your apple and I bit into a mouse head or something, right?
Yeah, this is exactly what it's like.
And then it turns out that, hey, there's more to that story. Well, there's more to this story. And I do not believe that this diminishes the other accusers, but it certainly calls her account into question. Now,
and talk about momentum now going into the weekend, the final weekend before this election on Tuesday.
It's a Friday bombshell. But, when you consider where things stand in the race right now, here's what surprised me the most was, our thinking at one point that the fact that this was a big story and was only getting bigger as the days went on, talking about overall sex harassment and people just fed up with Capitol Hill as a result, that would hurt Roy Moore. Well, we talked about it, you guys, on, I think it was only on Wednesday, because there was a poll that came out on Tuesday from the Fox TV station in Birmingham, highly respected, that showed, in fact, over the course of the last week, Roy Moore's numbers have only grown, and that he, in this Fox poll out of the Birmingham station, is now far enough ahead of Doug Jones, the Democrat in the race, in a very red-leaning state, that it's outside the margin of error, that he is at 50 to 43%. Now, we watch closely to see if there are going to be any new polls coming out, but as of right now, it actually looks like the fact that the president has come his way and has endorsed him and said, you got to at least listen to him because he denies it. I remember he said he talked about that on the south lawn of the White House before he got on board the helicopter Marine One. It looks like that's actually helping out Roy Moore.
Oh, sure. And just today, this morning, President Trump tweeting, vote Roy Moore.
Yes. Yeah, the full-on endorsement. So anyway, how does this impact the race? What do you think?
Well, yeah, and it'll be interesting today too, because tonight President Trump heading to Pensacola, Florida, for a Make America Great Again rally, and you better believe that this part of the story is going to be in that speech for the rally.